What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about KASPA and some things I'm seeing on the charts. Let's see if we can predict when the next major breakout is going to be for KASPA. Let's jump right in. So I was looking at the charts last night actually, and on the weekly chart I'm noticing some pretty similar patterns showing up, and it made me think. Now, these patterns right here are eerily similar, and this one isn't finished yet. I believe we have a few more weeks before we're going to see this pattern finish out like the last one. But I'm looking at this, and from this breakout here, which was on November 13th, if you count the weekly candles until the next breakout, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks in between breakouts. So the 12th week was this big green candle here. Now, looking over here at this pattern that's starting to play out here, we're sitting in week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're in week 8 right now. And obviously, this is just, like Ben Cowan would say, dubious speculation at best. But when I see a similarity like this, you can at least look at it and say, well, there's enough similarities to where maybe it will play out in the long run. Now, if it does, we have got 3 more weeks. And on the 4th week, we're going to see this big breakout here, which would put the exact day at May 7th. Whether that's actually going to happen or not, I have no idea. But it's interesting to look at, nonetheless. And if I was a betting man, I am going to be looking at around May 7th for the next big breakout. Now, looking at today, we actually have some green and things look like, you know, we're having a small little breakout. But if you come down here and look at the trading volume for the week so far, it's pretty low. And that leads me to believe that whatever's going on today is not going to hold. Could I be wrong? Could the volume spike up? Yes, it could at any point in time. But normally, if you look over here for this breakout here, this volume was massive. And you come back over here to where we're sitting today, and it's minuscule comparatively. So the small breakout of about 1.5 cents today, I don't think is going to hold. Now, I know that's probably not what anybody wants to hear, but it's just the reality of things. I think we're going to pull back again, and we're going to sit in kind of a sideways range, maybe back down into the, 12, 13 and a half range, and continue to go sideways for a few more weeks. The wild card in all of this is that the Bitcoin halving is going to play out right around that time period that we're talking about. So, can that throw a wrench in everything that I just said? Absolutely. If we get a significant post-halving pullback and correction, we could see another few weeks or so of red candles. And, my hope actually is that pullback, if we get a pullback post-halving, I want to see KASPA back down in the 9 to 10 cent range. That is where I've got some buy orders, and I don't know if we're ever going to see those prices again, but there's something that tells me we might see at least a, scam wick that wicks down into that price range and hopefully fills my buy orders. If it never happens, then, I guess it is what it is. If all we do is see up from here, I'm not opposed to that either. I would like to buy a little bit more, but my bags are packed enough to where if we did just lift off at this point, then I would be okay with that. So those are the two scenarios that I see playing out. If we get, just to recap, if we get a pre-halving correction, or excuse me, post-halving correction, and Bitcoin, let's say, corrects down to what a lot of people are saying, might be, $55,000 to $58,000 range, we could see KASPA potentially back down in the 9 to 10 cent range. If we don't get a large correction and we just get a small pullback from Bitcoin after the halving, I think playing around in kind of a sideways, maybe slightly downward range is probable. And in that scenario, I think on May 7th, if this pattern plays out up here, we could see a big green candle around the May 7th mark. Now, here, this measured move from the bottom to the top was about 90%. So if we take that and we measure, this might not be the low, so this could be completely off. But let's just say that, we're taking the measured move from the bottom of this candle starting this week. So if we take this up 90% from the bottom of this weekly candle, we're sitting at about 26 cents. Could be, keyword could be, the next measured move up. And this is just my opinion. This is just me, messing around on the charts and looking at similarities and seeing what may or may not happen. So I just wanted to share that with everybody, that that's a potential, and the two scenarios that I could see playing out in the next month or so. Take it for what it is, take it with a grain of salt, continue to DCA, but my personal strategy right now is I have some money on the side, and I'm waiting to see if we get a significant post-Bitcoin halving pullback. History shows that we usually do, and so I'm ready just in case. But this cycle has been a little bit different so far, with us reaching, all-time highs before the halving, and, providing we don't get some sort of black swan like we did last cycle, who knows how deep the potential, post-halving correction could be. A good rule of thumb in a scenario like this where there's unknowns ahead is to plan for everything. Have some money on the side in case we do get a pretty big correction, but also continue to DCA so that if we don't get that correction and we just go up, you're covered either way. So that is my 2 cents for today. Plan accordingly for both scenarios and pack your damn bags before it's too late. The halving's right around the corner and we don't have that much time left. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.